giving a presentation that's being recorded, right? It's not him reading a book.
Oh.
Well, this, you guys,
Oh my God.
this guy sounds like Brian Hill, right? His voice.
I could do. I
But
could
gosh
listen to that.
dang it, Vincent, it is 100% you. Because it's like, this is an orange cup. But is it really orange?
Oh my
Or is it
god.
just, I mean, it's probably like 12 hours of Vinnie math. I'm only like 2 hours into this
I need to
book or
listen
something,
to
3
it.
hours
Oh,
into it.
I won't lie. I didn't say it, but I thought about it the second you go, oh shit, I need to put in landscape. First thing popped in my head is, why the fuck is it called landscape? That's not nature. That was the first thing that came to my mind when you said that.
It's a metaphor. I mean, it started somewhere.
Is it
turned into
a metaphor
But
though?
that's
I
not
don't know.
land.
I mean, it's not really a
It is
metaphor.
land.
That's sideways.
It's just not a deserted island.
Why is that sideways, but the other one's not sideways?
That's because that's up and down.
What do you?
Long.
But this is up and down.
No, that's side to side.
They're still up and down.
Because mathematically, that's top,
So
that's bottom. Up and down, now it's sideways.
when you were when you were told to fold your piece of paper in half for school, was it hot dog and hamburger?
Hot dog hamburger. I still do that. When I'm setting up for CCW, I tell the students, make sure you fold the targets like a hamburger.
Oh my
Oh my god, this cookie's
Oh,
freaking
this
delicious.
barely. Stop it.
It's so good.
I hate
It's like that crumbly sweetness, but then I mix it with the
Oh, dude.
coffee.
Do you like to? I like to take a bite of the
And then take a drink
and
of
then
coffee?
take a
Oh, it's-
swill of
that
coffee.
combo, chef kiss.
Delicious. We're on the wrong side, Vincent.
Ah, shit.
Get in your right spot.
Yes, my lord.
Good freaking morning. Who's that?
That's Gordon.
Gordon.
Hi,
Good
Gordon.
morning, Gordon. Welcome to Monday and all the awesomeness that excuse you.
I have a cookie.
That is Monday. Vinny has a cookie.
I have a cookie.
I wanted a cookie, but I might go get a cookie in a
You
minute.
can have my cookie.
Vincent.
You've been gone for a week.
I have been gone for a week.
Did you do the thing?
Oh, I did the thing. I don't think he knows about the thing, but I did do the thing.
Whenever Phil goes away, mostly Vinny has to find a way to disrupt his
Interesting.
normalcy. Anyway,
So what's the thing?
Oh my god.
I don't know. Did you get
So
your,
you're a liar because you
did
do
you
know.
get your nameplate back?
No.
Wow. Well, she did.
I did look for that, and it wasn't where it was supposed to be,
She-
so I didn't look for it.
She did that.
Phil has a nameplate, if you don't know, that says, "I'm not arguing. I'm just explaining why I'm right." But he was gone last week, so I got to be right. So I took his nameplate and put it on my computer. And then my nameplate says, "Don't talk to me because I don't know how to stop talking," or something like
Yeah,
that.
I have no self-control.
I have no
or-
self-
Yeah,
Accurate.
this is very
So I
accurate.
got both nameplates last week. It was brutal.
So she was arguing with herself for hours,
No, I got to argue with Vinny.
No.
It was.
which is just like
Who else did I
arguing
argue
with
with? I argued with some other people too, and I pointed at the nameplate, and they couldn't say anything. It's glorious.
herself. So why was I gone last week?
I don't know. You tell us. You're out gallivanting around,
I was gallivanting around.
frolicking somewhere.
That's a crime.
I really want to.
He really wants to
skip
frolic. That's why I said it.
through the.
Oh, we went to the Balloon Glow Festival thing on Friday.
It's okay. I'll let you interrupt me. It's fine.
Okay, thanks. I still got the nameplate, so it like gives me all the authority. So, and Ben skipped the whole 2-mile walk to Forest Park, but he loved it. He didn't even complain until we got almost all the way back to the car. Kid walked 4 miles, skipping.
That's awesome.
Loved it.
That's awesome.
Anyway, continue on about your gallivanting.
So I was gallivanting around Houston,
gallivant.
which is wasn't much to gallivant around, but it was an awesome trip. It was I went down there for ILFE. International Association for Law Enforcement Firearms Instructors. IAAFI. Yeah. International Association for Law Enforcement Firearms Instructors.
Yay, good job.
I got them all. I got all the IAAFIs.
That was some Benny math right there.
And it was, well, there was some confusion. Communication was not their strong suit for sure. They promised they're going to fix it, but man, I tell you what, they have an app which I thought awesome. All my classes that I'm signed up for all week on the app keep everything straight. First off, when I signed up, I didn't realize that they use 3 different ranges. So like I had a class in the morning at one range that's 30 minutes away from the second range, and it's a 30-minute drive to get there. You have an hour in between to eat lunch. Okay, that makes sense. Except that you got to drive there. And then the other class is like, okay, we're gonna get out of here in just a minute, I swear. And literally, I'm like, dude, I gotta go. Because I don't like to be freaking late. I don't like to be that guy. We did have a lot of those guys. But a lot of it wasn't their fault because they had like wrong directions to ranges and stuff. There was some confusion, but it was great. I took a bunch of classes, some really good classes, some okay classes, and some classes that I just didn't particularly love. You know, I didn't like the instructor's teaching style or whatever, but it's all part of the game. It was an awesome week. Got to meet a lot of good people. I'll tell you what was really cool was in one of the classes with Josh Logan from Guardian Training.
I think it's Guardian Training.
Guardian Training, yeah, whatever. Great guy, great trainer. There was 20-ish people in the class, and it was full of a lot of good shooters. It was awesome. Almost all cops. I was really like the only person there that wasn't a cop or a retired cop. Usually when I'm in those classes, I am very easily the top shooter. And not that I'm anything special, right? That was not the case in that class. I had to work hard in that class to maintain my level. It was really cool though. Josh called us out, which was great because it was right at the beginning of class. He's like, he had everybody introduce themselves, where they're from and whatever, and he talked about us and being here for ILEETA, and he talked about Vinny and how awesome Vinny was, and so then he's like, so you got a freaking lot to live up to there. Well, I'm like, oh boy, nothing like pressure,
Nice.
right? And he did several drills where it's one person being run at a time, and there was me and like 3 or 4 other guys that every time it was us running the drill, like the whole group would gather around. So it was, and I'm running a new gun.
I was gonna ask, like that was your first
man.
class with the new gun, right?
It was not my first class with the new gun. I had taken 2 the day before. I think the whole day before I was shooting. That freaking grip safety was freaking screwing with it. And by the time I got to that class, I got this nasty freaking blister on my finger here. So my draws were garbage, and it's from this holster. I realized later, that the very first class I took was a concealment class, and this part of my holster right here was beating up my middle knuckle, especially as I was trying to pick up speed and intensity of the draw. And then I got right here between my thumb from trying to push that freaking safety down. My hand got chewed up.
Gotta love.
I have
Neutrals.
little girl hands, and yes, that too.
Peggy's disappointed.
I didn't see your name pop
It
up.
was a struggle for sure, but it was awesome. It was cool to learn. I was super worried about the manual safety. I picked that up pretty quick. I did accidentally turn my gun off once or twice, but I put like probably 700-ish rounds through it.
Nice.
Didn't clean it. I was a little worried about that.
Good.
You know, with my Shadow or a Glock or something, that I wouldn't be concerned about 700 rounds at all. But being new gun and way tighter, I was a little worried about the gun running. But I was like, I'm just going to leave it, and if I need to throw some oil on it or something because it's malfunctioning, then fine. I did have a problem with one magazine. I have one magazine that gives me malfunctions like every 2 or 3 rounds. That's why you mark your magazine so you could easily see. I could look at this like magazine 14, kept shooting, start having problems with the gun, take the magazine out, it's magazine number 14 again. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give it one more shot. It's still giving me malfunctions.
Is it one of the Magpul ones or
No,
Glock one?
I think it's a KCI mag
okay.
with an extension.
Interesting.
And it
Interesting.
was giving me failures to feed.
So was the
every 2 or
those
3
have
rounds.
those don't have why am I blanking with the follower when it
Anti-tilt followers?
yeah, but they do have anti-tilt followers.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Pretty sure they do. I don't like that about the PMags. They tilt.
But it was the rounds were nosediving into the feed ramp, and it wasn't. You could feel it when you're shooting the gun would go back, and it would come forward and like ka-chunk, chunk, and then it would close, and like every 2 or 3 rounds, it wouldn't, and she just wouldn't push it in.
And it has the extension on it.
So
Is it a different spring that came with the extension, or
Yes.
is it a factory spring?
it's a different spring.
I would
Interesting.
put it
That's
back
weird.
to stock and see if it still.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's,
gonna do.
that's interesting.
Can I interject something?
Well,
Yeah,
it depends
go.
on
I had
how
a cop
much.
come qualify. I don't know what day it was. A couple days ago, and watching him run his rifle and his handgun, I realized how much I enjoy watching shooters. Like you were saying, how people came and like would watch certain people shooting during the drills, and like how enjoyable it is. Like it's a sport and it's enjoyable to watch people succeed. I'm like, it's like going to watch I don't like football and sports and stuff, but to me, this is a sport, like, too. I go and enjoy watching people shoot, and I don't know why it was a realization for me in that moment, but it's just cool to watch people run their guns.
Kind of what you do every day.
I know, but I get big on the learning part of it. I really like seeing people learn and get better, but when you're, maybe that's what it is. But, no, I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
Something bit me in my pocket.
Dinosaurs, run.
Run. Well, all in all, it was an awesome week. It was again, I got to meet some cool people, some really good shooters. There's one dude that I ended up hanging out with. We ended up being in a bunch of the same classes together. That was a freaking shooter from Georgia. I was really trying to talk him to come up here for Judlinski's class in December. I told him to go check out Brian Hill from the Complete Combatant because he's relatively close to where Brian Hill is. He was a shooter, and it was awesome to work with him. We had when we took the class with Todd Fletcher, who's a fantastic instructor. This guy's name is Jim. It was me and Jim. We got partnered up with a third person whose name was Stu. Stu's been a cop for 45 years, and he's running a Staccato. And was impressively open to learning something new.
Heck
And
yeah.
it was
rare.
freaking cool. Yeah, dude.
That's
he
rare.
was like, listen, guys, I'm watching you two shoot. Show me. And we're like, okay.
Deal.
It was really cool. Stu was an awesome dude. Been a cop for 45 freaking years. He said, I'm getting to 50. I'm making it 50 years as a
Hell
cop. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but
I think that,
Good shooter
you always
and-
hear people say, it's not winning the game, it's how you play the game kind of thing. That's the same thing for learning. You might know a lot, that's super cool and everything, but to be a good student and be open to learning, that's even more impressive. People love being around people like that.
Well, stuff changes all the time.
Yeah,
If you don't
absolutely.
change with it, then you'll be behind. Eventually.
and then Saturday, so Saturday was the last day. No, Friday was the last day, and I had texted you in the morning, I think, or maybe the night before, about the speakers that were going to be talking. It was Sheriff Mark Lamb who talked the night before, but it was freaking awesome. If you don't know who that dude is, look him up, follow him online.
Is it Pinal County? Or
Pinal County,
Pinal County.
Arizona. But on Friday morning, we had Frank, I don't know how the hell to say his last name, like Sloop, from Fridays with Frank.
That guy's so funny.
Dude, you gotta go watch it. It's
Yeah.
just Fridays with Frank. It's videos of him pulling people over. He's a traffic cop and a SWAT guy. And it's him pulling people over, and just the interactions he has are freaking great.
Yeah. He's
you check that out. But their stories were freaking awesome, man. I tell you what, that Sheriff Lamb, holy crap, he's been through some shit in his personal life, and it was interesting to hear him talk about it. It was really cool. Super cool dude, very personable, very approachable. It was awesome. But that was basically it in a nutshell. Shooting guns, talking about shooting guns, and
How not to get shot.
how not to get shot. Yeah,
That's good.
and that's about it.
Value.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was learning. Trying to learn the new gun, new holster. Everything's freaking different. Was just a layer of complexity that I had to think my way through, and it was cool to do it. It was a lot of fun. If I had to do it again, would I do it with that gun?
I was just gonna ask.
Man, I know I read your brain. I probably would. Just from the learning at, could I have performed better with my shadow systems? Yes, 100%. My draws would have been better. I had several. One of Josh's drills that he does at the end is a timed draw to 5 shots.
Oh yeah, that one's fun.
And
That was a fun one.
the first 2 times I drew, I didn't get the grip safety pushed all the way in. The next couple of runs that I went through, for some reason, I was thinking so hard about squeezing my hand that I was squeezing so freaking hard, my trigger finger just wasn't working right. And I was short stroking the trigger, which is weird, 'cause it's got a really short trigger. But I was squeezing so tight that my trigger finger was moving funny. I kept only shooting 4 shots. So I had the fastest time, but it was only because I didn't shoot enough bullets.
So do you think after training with it more and obviously making it more of a normal platform for you, do you think the lighter trigger and just the ergonomics of the gun and all that are going to lend itself to you being a more efficient shooter?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. Do I think it's an extremely accurate gun? Do I like the trigger pull? Oh my God, yeah, it's freaking awesome. And it's funny, me and one of the guy from Georgia, that was an awesome shooter, Jim, we swapped guns at one point, and he had a Glock. And I shoot Glocks a lot. The trigger felt like it was 85 miles long. It was crazy. So that part's nice. We in Todd Fletcher's class, we did a drill that's a lot of fun. It's the 1 to 5 drill, right? You shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Except that he has you just load 3 rounds in the first mag, so it's 1 shot, 2 shots, reload 3 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots.
Okay.
And the reloads mess me up because the button's in a different spot. Okay, I can get to the button with my strong hand, but it's just in a little bit different spot. The slide stop I can't hit.
Yep.
And so again, I had to apply conscious effort.
Yeah.
The first run that I did through that was like, we'll just say 10 seconds. And it's because I went for the slide stop, missed it, ended up using my weak hand thumb, but my weak hand thumb had already gone to my grip, so I had to break my grip and then rebuild my grip. The second run I did in 8 seconds. That's because I consciously thought about my mag change. So I had to apply, everything else needed to be automatic, right? But I had to apply conscious, and it's all I was thinking about was draw, 1, 2, reload, hit button, put mag in, use weak hand thumb, right? So that kind of stuff's cool to me from a teaching and learning aspect. I would have been faster. I would have been faster running my shadow systems, for sure.
For now.
For now, there's still a ton of value in using it, and I'm glad that I used it that week. So
Welcome back.
We talked about that for a very long time. We didn't even
Good
talk
job.
about what the hell we're supposed to talk. What are we even supposed to be talking about?
We were talking about safety teams and concealed carriers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that.
So what about
We
it?
got sidetracked.
Well, we had a question from a student, and with regard to this, and there's been a lot of people that are thinking about creating safety teams for their churches or their communities somehow. Like you get a collection of people together, and
Church,
how do you
school,
keep
business,
people
or
safe?
whatever. Yeah.
How do you keep people safe, and who's in charge of? Sorry, distraction.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of this or that, and who can carry a gun, and who can't, and all this other stuff. So, first off, especially being somebody that considers guns for self-defense, when you look at creating a safety team or a group of people, you think of everybody having a gun, and that's not always the best idea. I'm not saying that competent people shouldn't carry guns to defend themselves or be on a safety team, okay, for safety of everybody. That requires training, communication, drilling together, practicing together, getting to know each other. A lot. There's a huge aspect to that.
Yeah, knowing what your limits are as a shooter.
Yeah, and there's a lot more to being on it. That's why I didn't call it a security team, because there's a lot more to being on a team like that than just carrying a gun. Like, you can do medical, you can do communication with law enforcement or EMS. You can be in charge of, watching who comes through the door,
organizing,
and communication, getting certain groups of people together. You might have elderly people among your congregation. You might have very young people amongst your congregation. Like, who's going to manage all that stuff? So there's many aspects to a team like that, and I think again, especially coming from this hyper emotional mindset right now of everything going on, everybody goes right to the gun. And I want to be very clear that the gun is a great force equalizer, and it's a great option for defense.
For a very specific task.
It needs, especially if you're protecting other people, you have to there needs to be qualifications, there needs to be training requirements, there needs to be drilling. Like, you need to get together and work together.
You know what
on
there
this.
needs to not be? Ego.
Yes.
We actually talked about that. I went through a couple of classes while I was at ILFE over this thing, and we talked about ego a lot, and being honest with yourself. If you're not capable of doing it, one of the guys put it this way: you have to think about, let's just use a church for example. You have to think that if you are responsible for other people, you are on the safety team with the blessing of the leaders of your organization, you have communication with other people, and you work together, you drill together, you train together, all these sort of things. If you're going to take on the responsibility of enforcing safety for other people, you have to think about every person that's in that room as being your kid, your wife, your husband, your significant other, somebody very important in your life. Are you willing to take a shot? Do you have the capability to take a shot at a given distance, at a given target, in a given time frame? The answer for most people is no, you don't. And you need to figure that out. We see it a lot where people want to be on a church security team, or they are on a church security team, and they can't draw their gun.
Yeah, that's a struggle.
They
Struggle to hit a target.
They can't hit a silhouette target at 7 yards, on the clock at all. That's all important stuff, and it's no big deal if you can't do it. Right, that's fine, but you need to be honest with yourself and know that you're not the best. You could still be on a safety team. You could still be a key player in that team.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And help organize things, help with communication, with whatever. You just don't carry a gun, and that's good. Now, what about the flip side of that? And you are just Elizabeth, and you're going to the thing with your family
As a concealed
as
carrier.
a concealed carrier, right? Again, you should know what your skills are. Your responsibility, though, is for you and your family, not for anybody else, right? Your job is not to be the hero unless that person is standing right in front of you and your life is threatened, or the loved one next to you's life is threatened, and you make the decision for yourself that you have to act and do something. Otherwise, your only responsibility is to freaking get moving and get people out of there.
And it's probably going to be for the best of everybody involved. For, situations will never happen exactly the way that you expect them to, or the way they've happened in the past, or anything like that. So, having a plan to have a starting point for what to do, whether that's with your family, whether that's with yourself, whether that's with your safety team, or whatever it is, to have a plan to start from is massive. And, you need to realize that in the moment of of an adrenaline-filled situation like that, you're not going to rise to the occasion. You're going to fall to your highest level of committed to your subconscious training. It's not like, hey, I took this class one time and we learned how to draw from a holster and it's been a couple of years. Like, that's not gonna.
Yeah,
that's not
but
gonna.
Hollywood told me.
I know. It's
Hollywood
like,
told me.
yeah, and you're gonna have smoke on the ground and lead up music and all the things. So,
Lead up music.
so it's just not what everybody expects it to be, and emotions run high right now, especially with all the things going on, and everybody. And it's fine if you want to get together with your congregation or your team and establish some sort of a team like this. Do so. Just make sure that you're checking the boxes and you're not just relying on somebody to have a gun visibly displayed or anything like that, or a name tag that says security, or like, oh, if he wears his gun on the outside, then someone's going to avoid our place. Like, all that stuff is a hope. Now, are they a bit of a deterrent? Yes, but they're also the first target too. So, we could go very far into this because there's so many, and it's not a check the box for this entity and this entity, and it's going to be the same thing either. It depends on who's there and what kind of situation you got. It's a very dynamic situation.
I think with safety teams, one common mistake a lot of them make is they think, oh, we need a security or a safety team for our church or whatever it is, and we need to train with guns. We need to learn how to clear rooms. We need to learn how to do team exercises. We need to learn how to stack up on doorways. And what about someone having a heart attack?
Yeah.
Like, that's more likely. Training for your more likely is you only have so much time to train, so much resources to train. So looking at your most likely scenarios, not saying the gun's not important, because hopefully you never need it, and if you do need it, you need to have the skills to back it up. But looking at your most likelies, people having heart attacks, people with blood pressure issues, diabetics, all that type of stuff, the medical side of the world with most safety teams, I would argue it's should be at a higher tier level for yourself.
Especially in a church.
Especially.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, the gun stuff's important, but learning how to clear a room one-man is probably not the priority right now.
And so we actually talk about room clearing in two of the different classes I was in. Both of them said, get over it. You don't need to clear a room. You already know where the bad guy is. The bad guy's standing there shooting people. You just got to go. You're not pieing corners. You're not stacking up. No. You're freaking as fast as you can. Get to the place where the gun's going bang and shoot him. And that's what it comes down to. If you waste time you hear shooting going on over there, but you're clearing corners here, you're wasting time. It's not needed. You just need the intestinal fortitude to bust in the door and do what needs to be done.
No.
That's it.
Good morning,
And
Dorian.
have the skills.
But it's not nearly as fun as doing team stack-ups on doors and
Like,
eyeing off doors.
So bad.
Like,
what?
it's just
If you're at
unnecessary.
if you're at a high skill level with your firearm and operating it from a holster and moving and doing all the things that, then you have to be at an already high level with other aspects of running a gun before that will be at all a thing. And even then, that's not an ideal situation. If you're running down the hallway to get to the children, where you're hearing gunfire at, like, you need to move towards the noise and take care of business, not...
I have a very important question.
Oh.
Did you guys hear freaking beeping? Or is that in my head? Not that beep. That was a shot timer beep.
I hear a long, steady beep. Oh, yeah, it is on and off, yeah.
I hear
It sounds like a backup beep.
I won't lie.
It does. I was like, I'm looking around like, where the hell is it? This truck's been backing up for like 10 minutes.
Makes me happy. I just automatically assumed it was in my head. I automatically assumed it was in my head. And when you said it, I was like, whew,
I didn't pay
I'm not alone.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it
I'm
until
not
you said
alone.
something. But
Someone else hears the beep noise.
it's probably the speaker in the classroom.
Why?
I'm kidding.
Why?
Because that drives you crazy all the time. I was just making
Oh,
a bad joke. I
that was
guess.
a terrible joke. It
Terrible
wasn't even
joke.
funny. So how do you? It was
All
just
bad.
a terrible statement because it
All
wasn't
bad.
even funny. So it's
That
not
was a
joke.
deep breath. That was a sigh of sadness.
I'll try better next time.
Anyway, safety
Anyway.
teams are good. if they're done right.
Yeah. Keyword
If you
there.
want to conceal carry your gun at your place outside of a bus, Metrolink, or a federal building, do what you want. Assuming you have your CCW permit.
Assuming.
Do what you want. And just understand if they realize that you've got the gun there, they can ask you to leave. And then you should just leave. That's pretty much it. Glad we're addressing the topic. And there's so much to it, right? This is
Scratching the surface.
Yeah, it's very high level, big picture type of stuff. There's so much to this that not enough people pay attention to.
Well, you focused on the cool stuff.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
that's what
You focus
people
on-
want.
which is
Like,
ego.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I know we shot guns before, but I really want to kick in this door. I want to stack up. Can we breach this door today?
And
I do see some of it as ego, but I see more of it as movie baselines.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah,
And it's
I agree.
I think
Oh,
that
100%
most of it's
agree.
just like, okay, this is what I see the big dogs doing on the TV.
So I gotta
and,
do
you
it.
know, it's meant
Yeah.
it's modeled after something, and I mean, but it's
Does room
it's-
clearing have its place?
It's entertaining.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Not, it's
room
not
clearing's
practical.
when you don't know where the bad guy is, and you're trying to figure out A, if there is one,
Yep.
or B, if there is one, where he's at, and you're trying to do it as safe as possible. There's nobody else getting hurt. You're not doing room clearing in a church shooting, in a school shooting. You're going to the sound of the gun
Yep.
and shooting back.
Spend more time clearing
Oh, yeah.
rooms.
Yesterday we were watching a movie, Cindy and I, and it was not a very good movie. It was okay. It was okay, entertaining, but it was not very good. And it made me think of you because you say this stuff all the time. Where, like in the movie, like in 30 seconds you learn to be a super ninja, right? And
The
literally,
montage.
this girl's like, I wish you would teach me how to fight. And so this other girl shows, well, when you see them dip their shoulder, you block and punch, and you win every time. And literally, like 2 minutes later, that's what the girl does. The girl's in a fight. She sees, you see this big telegraph punch, and the girl blocks, punches, and wins the day.
You know-
Nailed it.
Like 8 seconds, she learned to be a super ninja.
You know how we do like breaking wrist grabs and stuff in, class? And, it's using the technique and the leverage. It's all perfect, and it happened so easily in that moment. This morning when I was rolling with Mike, my arm was like wrapped around him somehow, and he had my sleeve, and I couldn't move it, and I needed to get in front of it so I could push on his neck, but it was stuck. So I completely not the situation of this perfect technique and leverage to where I can get out of a wrist grab, but I had to apply it behind his head. It was more challenging, but the technique was the same. But to be able to put it together in a real life situation, it's not going to happen like, oh, here comes the punch,
Yeah.
block. It's like, shut up. It doesn't work like that. But
You just gotta go wax on, wax off,
yeah,
and then jab. That's all you gotta do.
it's,
Sure of it.
and
It's
self-defense
a process.
classes
and
are
that's what a lot of people want is I want you to teach me this thing
Yeah.
today so that I know it forever. No, I mean, it's just we tell people all the time that we teach you how to practice, right? The ownership of the skill is on you. In 4 hours, 5 hours, 16 hours, I can't teach you to do a multitude of things at a high level of proficiency. I can teach you what it's supposed to be and give you the tools to go forth and conquer, right? To give you the tools to go and keep working at it. You're not just going to apply it in those few hours and then I'm done. I mean, how often do we hear people say like, well, yeah, I took a class 5 years ago on how to do this thing.
Yeah.
But I haven't shot my gun since, but I already know that.
right.
Of course you do.
Right, because you learned it one time, you heard it one time. And I have to remind people, I said, look, this is, the learning process can be painful. Not sometimes physically, but
Sometimes.
and it's such a disservice to our society that this entertainment world has conditioned us to think that things need to be learned just like that. Like, you say it one time, I'm like, Vinny, I can tell you to hold your hand this way. Building a grip. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things. Even being a proficient shooter and my support hand, how often, even as a proficient shooter, does your dominant hand want to take over to run the gun? You were just talking about this a minute ago.
Yeah.
And if I say, okay, I need to use my left hand more, my support hand more, because I know that that's the one that needs to manage everything. I know I need to do it. Okay, done. Got it. Boom. Shoot 2 rounds, and then what happens? Your thumb starts pushing your hand down and all this thing. It's like, okay, you have to build the connection from your brain to the muscle group or whatever it is that you're doing to where it happens subconsciously, to where you're not thinking about it, to where you don't have to, like, tell yourself that anymore. It might take, you come out, you do 2 reps, 1, 2, you start to feel it disengage, relax, start over,
yeah.
build it again perfectly, do it again, and perfect practice makes perfect, not practice makes perfect, because if you keep practicing and you keep foiling yourself, you are practicing the imperfect thing. But if you tell yourself, like, well, I was told to do it, and I told myself I'm going to do it, and I know the technique, okay, I got it now. No, you freaking don't. You have to practice it a lot. And you have to keep practicing it. It's not, sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox.
Yeah,
you have to keep practicing.
just
It's
a little bit.
always, because you're going against the grain, especially with your grip. You're going against the grain. You're a dominant person. You want to dominate the gun with your right hand. It's a natural instinct to want to tense up on it when you're shooting it, but it takes mindful practice every single time.
I have to change my draw a little bit in how I grab the gun with the platypus, just because of that grip safety, so I can make sure that I can depress it all the way. And when I'm doing it not on the clock and just practicing it, I can apply that brain power to it to think that, hey, I need to put my hand a little bit more on the outside of the gun so that my palm can hit that grip safety, and I can make it happen, right? And as soon as I try to stop thinking about it, because Vinny walks up with a shot timer and I'm looking at the target and he goes, go! And I go back to what I've done thousands and thousands of times before that,
Yep.
which is not right for that specific gun.
Yep.
And it messed me up.
Yeah.
And it's something I will have to consciously think about when I'm shooting this gun for a while.
Yep.
I have to put in the effort. Could I put that gun away and pull it out in a year and go take classes with it? Sure, I could, right? But if I want to really learn it, I have to put in the time.
Which is a key point there. You have to put in the time. I say it to my students all the time in class. I want you to be good, but I don't want you to be good because I want you to be good. I want you to want to be good.
Yeah.
And that boils down to your decision of choosing to want to get proficient at whatever it is. It's one thing, I obviously want you to get good. I want to. But I can't magically make you good. But I can give you the tools, and then I want you to want it.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to, is hopefully you actually
For some
want
reason, when you said you can't make them be good, I just envisioned you walking by and sprinkling some little
Vinny,
Vinny magic dust on them.
it. Get good, scrub.
what did you say in Dynamic Pistol? Like, sprinkle a little violence on it?
Yes,
That's what it was.
it's in your pocket. You get a little salt shaker. It's a little salt shaker,
Violence.
and you sprinkle a little violence into your action. Just a little bit, not a lot. Don't
Paul,
want to go overboard.
Paul, I was talking about you earlier whenever you came out to qualify it and how much I enjoyed watching you shoot. He said he's going to bring up his new gun called the Marsupial. And Jenny says, can you please discuss the role of the concealed carrier during those scenarios where there's a security team in place? If you're
Here's the
not,
role. Stop.
hard stop. Go.
Here's the role. You protect yourself and your family and get the
Get out of there.
yeah. That's it.
That's it.
That's your only role, is to not get in the way. That applies with a safety team. That applies with law enforcement. That applies with whatever.
Yep.
If you're in a busy mall, if you're in a crowded church, if you're on our showroom floor, your job is to protect you and your family, and that's it.
So let's go down the rabbit hole just a little bit, because let's say that you have a one-room place, right? Like, everybody's in this one room, whatever.
Big auditorium.
Crap goes down.
Okay.
Get the heck out of Dodge. Get you and your people out of there. let's say that there's multiple rooms and you find yourself trapped in this room with your kids, with your family or whatever, maybe even a couple other people from your congregation.
Sure.
You're in there and then someone comes through the door. The bad guy comes through the door. You get to protect you, and just because there's other people there doesn't mean that you can't protect them too.
Yeah.
But what we don't want to see, a concealed carrier that is not part of the safety team, if you have not communicated with the safety team and you are not part of that training, part of that drilling, part of that communication, don't get involved unnecessarily. If your life is on the line, if that guy is right in front of you and that is your means of escape to use your force, then do it.
Yeah.
But don't be the hero. Don't try to go to that fight for the sake of your whole congregation as much as that. And that's that emotion in the moment that's gonna flip on for some people. Know this about yourself ahead of time. Are you a high responder? Are you likely to go to the fight? If you are, then ask to get on the safety team and ask how you can help. It's definitely not good if you haven't been part of this, and you might not even know that if there is one, and that's okay too. Talk with your powers that be, and if that's something that you find yourself gearing up to do, just like, well, I'm probably gonna go help out. Well, you need to communicate with somebody because you don't want to involve yourself in something that could cause problems for a lot of people, including yourself. Because if the more people are there in that moment that are not trying to escape, the more liability, I guess. But there's more people to protect. So, and the safety team is relying on anyone that involves themselves to be the best of the best of the best, and it's like so you got to know yourself. You got to know what you're likely to do. If you are a high responder, go talk to the powers that be and ask if that's something that you can be a part of, or at the very least take your high responder nature and apply it to your family and yourself. So like, okay, I know I'm going to help people. Help yourself. Help yourself. That's it. So
Yeah, that's the role. It's your responsibility to protect you and your family, and that's it. Right? Don't go, well, the safety team guys are engaging him or not engaging him, so I'm going to go hunt him down and do what needs to be done. No, get the freaking hell out of there. Just leave. If you can. If you can't, you lay on the ground. You get under the chairs. You get under the pews. You get under the whatever. Your job is to stay out of the way.
And
basically.
and
Protect
what if you don't see the initial interaction? I think Paul's saying this too. If you don't see the initial interaction and know who the bad guy is, and then you see them down the hallway, and you're like, perfect shot.
There's a guy with a gun. I'm going to shoot him.
That's
That
the
might
security
be
team.
Yeah.
Or
so,
the security team might see you
Yeah.
and to see a guy they know is not on the security team with a gun. It opens up a window for bad
So
things.
one of the classes that I was in, we talked about this very scenario, and this particular church, it's a very big church. Once a year, they talk to everybody about this thing. Say, hey, we have a security team, we have a medical team, we have a safety team. This is what their roles are. We're here to keep everybody safe in all sorts of different manners. If you want to conceal carry your gun, do you. Like, that's fine. We have no problem with that whatsoever. But just understand that it's for your protection and your family's protection, not for anything else. Let our team, who are communicating with each other, deal with the bigger threat at hand. If the threat's right in front of you and you need to do what you have to do to protect yourself and your family, that's fine. They're not calling out who the safety team. They're not saying, well, it's Elizabeth and it's Vinny. There are snipers that are over there in the corners. That's not what's happening. They're just saying, in big picture, we have a medical team, we have a safety team. We understand that this is a possibility. If you want to conceal carry in here, we have no problem with that. Just don't start slinging bullets at every chance you get. And that's the basics of their conversation that they have once a year. And I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Right? That say, hey, we don't care. Just don't get involved. Let the safety team deal with it unless it's imminent for you. Just like it would be anywhere else, in a Walmart parking lot, or in your house, right? If the threat's imminent and you need to do what you have to do to protect yourself, you do that.
Good morning, Kent.
Good.
I think my mom said good morning earlier too.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mother. Yeah, so
Is that it?
I don't know.
I guess that's about it.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, we could go down rabbit holes for days
for
on,
sure.
could,
on
for
all
sure.
sorts of stuff.
Could.
But
do we have special classes for security training?
yeah, it's called basic handgun, intermediate pistol, defensive
DH1,
handgun 1, 2,
two.
3. We have nothing specific.
As it pertains to handling a gun.
As it pertains to, well, we have specific classes for how to handle a gun,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
not specific to armed church security.
Right.
Do we develop stuff? Yes. Like we have a team that we work with, that Vinny does some stuff with, that has gone through all those classes and continue to practice, and they keep stepping it up. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Most teams think that, hey, well, I've got my CCW, so I don't need any of that basic crap. Let's go shoot guns and see.
Or my favorite one.
Most of you still need the basic crap.
I've been hunting for 30 years.
Oh yeah.
I've been hunting for 30 years. I've been shooting rifles and shotguns and handguns. Same.
Yeah,
Not quite.
I use my dad as an example for that a
Not
lot. 'Cause
quite.
My dad is a fantastic shot with a shotgun, shooting doves and clay birds and stuff, shooting long range, prairie dogs at 1,000 yards all day long. He couldn't hit that wall from here with a handgun. He gets the handgun, he's like, okay, let's just Shazamo! And I don't understand it.
No.
But that's the way he knows what the dangerous end is of the gun, and he understands like that's a trigger thingy and that's a grip thingy, and I hold on to it and I shoot it.
That's funny.
I shoot my pistol like this. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. And that goes back to checking your ego. Like, go back to the freaking basics. I would sit through a basics class tomorrow and have no problem with it. I will learn something. Maybe something the instructor says from a teaching concept wise. Maybe a question that a student asks and the way the instructor answers it, or simply just maybe a technique that I've not thought about.
Yep.
Right? There's always stuff to learn. Check your freaking ego. Be a good student.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to go back to those basic things.
I agree.
What do we got? What do we got coming up on? Oh my gosh, Saturday.
Saturday, Customer
That's-
Appreciation Day.
Whoa.
Holy moly!
It's a
That came up
party.
fast.
It is a party. That's what it's going to
It is
be. It's
gonna
going to be a party. So we got all sorts of deals. I've been gone for weeks. I don't really remember what the heck they are, but we have all sorts of deals going on. If you're a member, there's some of those deals you can take advantage of right now. If you're not a member, we'll have a bunch of deals on Customer Appreciation Day that you can take advantage of. I know we've got
A Ruger Mark IV, a Maverick 88. I was waiting for the screen to change.
Cheers, Cheed.
We're giving away stuff like
Yeah.
all day. So like I think
and you
on the hour, well,
How do
we're
you
gonna
get,
draw.
I don't know. You get tickets. You can come in and you can donate stuff, right? And get tickets.
I think
Oh
so.
yeah,
thing?
Forces for Food. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
donate up
Great
to
food.
10 things, and
Get
well,
tickets.
you get tickets for everything you donate up to 10. I don't know. There's some.
Check our website.
Well,
Check
no,
what
there's some
social
like
medias and-
specifics in there. You
Yeah.
can't bring in like 2,000 packs of ramen noodles and get 2,000 tickets.
No, you get 10 tickets.
Yeah. So you get 10 tickets for each thing you bring in. Anyway. And then the day of Customer Appreciation, they're giving something away every hour. There's free lanes, there's free food, there's giveaways, there's drawings, there's specials. Come celebrate our 10th anniversary.
There you go. Boom. You got it all in. Liz and I will be
sign.
hanging out in the dunk tank all day, back and forth. Vincent will
I'll
be
be in
inside.
VR,
running
virtual reality.
Yeah.
Shooting things.
That is so much fun.
That
Come
is-
hang out with
that'd
me
be
and
awesome.
shooting
You
VR.
could win something pretty substantial if you can beat Vinny at the VR. So I know some of you
I'm
gamers
trying.
out there can come beat
Yeah.
Vinny.
Come game with
Yeah.
me.
So come do that, and then come see what vendors we got here. They're going to be giving away some stuff.
Yeah.
And shoot guns, meet people,
Hi,
eat
Grant.
some delicious food. Lady Sentinel's
Grant.
going to have a tent out there. We're going to have a great time. So
gonna be awesome.
Yes. Hopefully the weather's good. I guess it's
Well,
close
supposed
enough.
to be. It's
Okay.
supposed to be good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's going to be a freaking party. So come hang out with us this week. But make sure you save time to come hang out with us on Saturday. It will be a jolly good time, as Mr. Vincent likes to say.
What are you teaching on Sunday? Good job.
No idea.
Well, Vinny's teaching on Sunday, so you can come back and take a class the day after.
You talking
CCW.
about- Oh,
Oh,
is it?
nice.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Jackpot.
Okay. Oh yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure it
It
is.
is. I'll be doing CCW things.
Do it.
All right. I think that's about it.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
like 80 million things to do, and it's very late in the day.
That never happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
look.
Peggy's
Hey,
here.
Peggy.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi, Mom. My mom's here.
Don't go back and watch the beginning, Peggy.
Hi, Mom.
Don't go back and watch
Do
the
it.
beginning.
Do it.
Why?
Phil ate my cookie.
What did we?
What? Just kidding.
Yeah.
I ate my cookie. I didn't share my cookie.
I didn't remember.
Why are we
seeing
talking
it.
about cookies?
Just because you're trying to annoy
Now I
me.
want a cookie.
You already had one.
No, I didn't have a cookie. I'm uncomfortable.
Always. Like.
Noise. That's a big.
Thanks, Grant. You too.
All right, we're gonna go away.
Okay.
I don't remember how to do this because it's been so long.
It has
If
been a while.
you guys need something, come see us, 14803 Manchester Road in Bunemus, Baldwin, Missouri. Oh, I got to go to the gym today. It was awesome. I haven't been to the
It's
gym,
like a cartoon slap.
In like 2
It
months.
just disappears.
and I got to roll today. It was a little interesting. I walk into the gym, and our professor, which is what we call the black belts there, he's like, "Hey, can you teach today?" I'm like, "What?" I haven't rolled in like 2 months because I messed up my shoulder. He's like, "Dude, I freaking left my wallet and the card at the grocery store. Can you teach today?" I was like,
You nailed it.
"Okay." It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, I was excited about that and just wanted to share.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
So
thanks for sharing.
You're very
It was
welcome.
a great morning. I actually felt pretty good today. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I don't believe you. You won't do it. Right there. That was low. It wasn't the right spot.
What?
Anyway,
What?
14803 Manchester Road in beautiful Baldwin, Missouri. You guys need something,
Vinny, you're
come see us.
rumbled.
I screwed that up. 10 to 8, Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6. You guys stay
Get
safe.
it.
Be nice to one another. We'll catch you soon. Later.